What's up, everybody? This your boy Juice. Just want to talk for a minute. This is gonna be real brief. Democratic Party. Uh, they're always in control of all the major cities. The most crime, the most heinous stuff happen in these cities, and man, it's crazy how they make it so hard for the citizens of that city to defend their own life, man. Like the gun laws. We gonna get into the gun laws. Chicago, L.A., New York City. Talk about the big three. It's, whatever you define yourself as, African American, American Indian, your preference. But man, it's the cities where we live, and talk about law-abiding citizens, man. People who try to do the right thing. They make it so hard for them to defend themselves against people who don't do the right thing. Is it, man? It's crazy. It's insane. Man, we can look at Denver. What happened over in Boulder? All these major cities, man. Atlanta, man. They like Democratic ran cities. Man, they make it hard for the honest people, man, of that city to defend themselves. Is crazy. And Democratic Party. All the places pretty much we all got the majority, like the seats, the representatives. We talk about Washington, D.C., Baltimore, Chicago, L.A., all these places. The jail control be the worst. The slums, man. We've been giving y'all our vote for a long time. Long time. And nothing in return. All the time, nothing in return. Everybody jumped on Ice Cube back for wanting to sit down with Trump and them and talk to them. Like, man, just try to resolve it. Try to get some movement in our cities, man, in the right direction. And man, it's crazy. It's insane. I do not get it. I do not get why people are these. I'm talking about the minority. It depend on what your minority, your definition of it. But I'm talking about the Hispanic, Latino, Black, American Indian. Is man, we keep voting for these people for the same results on broken promises, man. Biden, to my understanding, his campaign, his people didn't even sit down with Ice Cube, like even talk to different people, but y'all still go out and vote for them. As you do your research, man, Google this stuff. If you don't believe me, but the Democratic Party, from my understanding, in the South, we talk about old Jim Crow South, was the ones who really pushed the KKK. And here's another cool fact: all the senators from South Carolina after doing Reconstruction, man, they was Republican. They was conservative in nature, and they was able to get seats. We talk about like Raleigh, North Carolina, and from what I'm understanding, even the people of Tulsa, most of the business owners and those wealthy men there, they were conservative in nature. I don't know. It's time for a change. It's time for a real change, man. We need to be and vote in people who believe in protecting us and giving us the right to protect ourselves. Like this per the FBI, they database. And man, if you don't believe me, Google it, do your research. It take 12 minutes for a police officer to respond. Like to your home. Like say you call, is an emergency. On average, it's 12 minutes to someone to come in, see what's going on or help you out. Man, I don't know. I had an emergency with my son before. When he was a baby, he stopped breathing, and man, it seemed like a lifetime. And the ambulance, they got that fast. It was quick, but it seemed like a lifetime. Now, just imagine if your life is in danger. If your life in danger, 12 minutes gonna feel like 12 months. I promise you. I promise you. Right now, I live in a state they believe in, and I'm from Chicagoland area, but I live in a state now. They believe in letting people and the decent citizens exercise their two-way rights and pretty much don't make it hard for you to be able to defend yourself. And pro-union, it seems like a lot of stuff be going hand in hand, like the Democratic Party with the unions, Republicans usually not. See, I don't know. I only speak on stuff that I know. All I know is most of the Democratic places is, man, out of control. I'm talking about ran by Democrats, out of control. Take a look at Chicago. Joe Biden got on TV and was talking about banning assault rifles. As soon as that stuff happened down in Georgia, over in Boulder, Colorado, within 6 days they get on TV in the House of Representatives. They're talking about passing these gun laws, magazines, and all that stuff. As soon as a tragedy happened, but they don't fly the flag half stand every time a baby or somebody innocent gets shot in Chicago, man. Because let's face it, man, these are the facts. And we lived in the state, and we lived in the place where people and criminals knew we could defend ourselves. Ain't no way in hell they'd come up in that house on you. I mean, criminals prey on the weak. Criminals prey on people who don't defend themselves, man. We can look at all the third world countries. We can look at all the places that's under dictatorship. I was looking, probably was on here on YouTube, looking at what's going on in Australia. And man, like home invasions up probably 500% there because the people can't defend themselves. You know, they pass laws to make it hard for you to have stuff. And then the House of Representatives, man, they passed these bills. HR, I think it's 148. I might be misquoting myself, but they're saying they want to know background checks, which we go through background checks. Trust me, every time I go buy a firearm, I go through a background check. They call the FBI database, see if my name cleared, then they pass me. But this HR 148, I think, don't misquote me on that, like, but they want to know what you got, what kind of gun, the ammunition, what kind of ammunition you got. They want you to register everything with them, and then they want you to let them know where you got to store that in your house. Okay, cool. Right. But that's not even the kicker. They want to make it public. They want to let sorry, I had to spit a little bit, but they want to let the criminals know, the people who do the bad stuff know. It'll make it public information. People can go house to house. They know where you got it. Wait on you to go to work and provide for your family and invade your house or your home. It's funny because these are the same people. Man, these are the same people who got bodyguards. They got Secret Service. They got bodyguards. They got people protecting their lives 24 hours a day and their family lives. Or I tell you what, somebody should put out the bill to say they got to turn in their bodyguards. Yeah, it's funny, but it's not, man. Anybody with any common sense will be like, wow, like let the criminals know it's public. Let the criminals know what I got and where it is. It's absurd. Man, it's crazy. It's mind-boggling. Like, man, this message for everybody though. Like I said, I wanted to just talk about it a little bit, but this message is for everybody. Man, think about the people who you voting for. Man, and if your senators and your representatives in whatever districts you live, like, I mean, man, we really need to get to know who these people are. Like, honestly, I think people with this vote party, they vote rhetoric. Like, okay, I'm voting Republican, I'm voting Democrat. Hands dirty. I just got off work. Black people usually, I mean, historically been voting Democrat. Martin Luther King was not a Democrat. Malcolm X exposed all the people that we cherished and looked up to opposed these people, man. You got to get to know who they are. The people who, man, is Joe Biden. We know who you are. The 93 crime bill. Like, I mean, this man almost single-handedly was the leader behind Bill Clinton. It was the ones that destroyed our lives, man. Locked up our fathers, our uncles, cousins, brothers in the 90s. Man, you know, the war on drugs. I don't know too many black people with ships and like, you know, stuff that can move. That's a whole different topic. That's a whole different subject. But man, it's deep, yeah. My suggestion is, man, move the places where you be able to protect your family, man, and be able to protect yourself. Self-preservation is number one. I mean, man, you might be able to hold them off until the police arrive, man, until you can get some help. If somebody invades your home, invades your space, your privacy, you know, I don't know, man. Like, we got to think about this. We got to think about these people who we voting in, man. We got to start recognizing who it, like, man, stop falling for the children, they do not care about our children, man. Our schools is usually the last. We get the hand-me-downs. Like, I mean, these kids in school sharing textbooks in our communities, and we vote the Democrats in, and they can, it was this one, it was that one. They play games on these assembly floors, and they had their debates, man, and they debate our lives, and they don't care, man. They don't care. All I know is it's one party in particular, man, that's always around, that's always at our churches, always in our places of worship, or, you know, on the radio stations or whatever news outlets we looking at and listening to, you know, and it's the same stuff over and over. A whole lot of broken promises. We gonna do this, we gonna do that, man. It's 2021, and we still dealing with a whole lot of racism and, I mean, foolishness. I mean, our ancestors built this country for free, and we can't even protect ourselves in our own home. It's really no laws. I mean, they taking active shooters. The past two people that wasn't the same color of creed as us, they took them taking active shooters, while people unarmed getting killed for jaywalking. You think about these people who we elected. That's all I'm saying. Like, if they don't want you to protect yourself, and they ain't doing nothing to protect you, because we gonna leave the money, we gonna leave the economic structure, all that stuff out of this discussion, man. You think about the people who you elected, man. It's their duty to, you know what I'm saying, make sure your life okay. Put stuff out there to make sure your life okay, and they won't do it. You gotta ask yourself that question, why? Get to know your enemies. I'm telling you, get to know your enemies. Say this juice. I'm out.